as football content creators, there's some things that we say that we wish we could take back. You have DiMarco, who's pretty much the best wing back in the world. Best crosser, best left foot in the world. Bro,
in the world?
Left foot in the world.
You literally... Why are you laughing?
Best left foot in the world?
Oh my God, bro. You would cream your fucking pants if you had a DiMarco on Manchester United. Bro, you would go, ah! Oh my God, DiMarco! But unfortunately, as soon as you hit that post button, you are permanently cooked. And that is why today we scoured the internet along with help from our patrons to find the absolute worst takes from some of our favorite football content creators. Boys, are we ready?
Millie, I'm hyped to watch these clips, but before we get into it, I want to thank our patrons again. They helped us find some of these crazy clips. And also, if you guys want to join our Patreon, join the community. Link is down below in the description. Now, without further ado, Millie, show us the first clip.
All right, boys, here is the tier list. We're going to make sure to not put any videos in that top tier just yet. Make sure to stay to the end of the video so we can crown the all-time worst take. Boys, let's get to the first clip. Boys, the first clip comes from the Football Terrace where they're having a discussion about Salah's ability. Let's take a look.
An average footballer, I'll give you an average footballer, Danny Welbeck.
That's facts.
Danny Welbeck, he's average.
Yeah, so how, if Danny Welbeck's average, how's Mo Salah average?
Danny Welbeck's got more tech than him. He's got a better first touch than him. Yes, he has. Danny Welbeck's got a better first touch than Mo Salah.
Reasonable cash out.
About?
No!
Gonna be a better first touch than Mohamed Salah. That ain't even a debate.
A better first touch?
Mo Salah's first touch is pretty good, bro.
We did the Mbappe. Remember we were talking about Mbappe last week, yeah? All of the comments in your chat about Mbappe when you put the segment out, yeah? You put that out, all the comments in it, yeah? Danny Welbeck plays for a shit team, yeah, but is a better all-round footballer than Mohamed Salah.
Welbeck is a...
That ain't even debatable, mate.
Not
Mohamed Salah will always win the polls. He will always...
What did we just watch?
Bro, that's a strong start.
I think this is already a contender. I haven't even seen the rest of them. It can't get that much worse.
Boys, that shout ages like very warm milk because Mo Salah is a Ballon d'Or contender. Now, better than Welbeck, my God.
And Welbeck had a decent season this season too.
Bro, I don't care. Choose like...
Doesn't matter, yeah.
You could have chosen certain people where it's egregious, but it doesn't get you like... you know, put into the top tier list right here.
No, it's not.
But this is bad because you chose Danny Welbeck and you said first touch, drip tech.
He said all-around footballer, to be honest. He's a better footballer, which is absolutely disgusting.
And then there's no debate about this.
This is absolutely horrendous.
Why go to war for Welbeck? That's what I don't get.
Arsenal legend. Manchester United legend.
Is he like...
That guy was an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. This is absolutely horrendous. We're going to have to wait till we watch the other ones to crown what is the worst.
We're already one in, but this is definitely...
Contender.
A contender. Yeah. Because Mo Salah is an all-time great, and who is Danny Welbeck in this game?
Has he ever cracked more than 15 goals? I don't even think so.
This was his best season, and he still didn't do it.
This season was Danny Welbeck's best season in the Premier League.
Premier League legend, some may say.
And I heard Evan Ferguson...
Who the f*** said that? That's like saying, like... I can't even... That's like saying Pinamonti's a Serie A legend.
Respect Pinamonti.
So the Football Terrace clip will be in the absolutely horrendous tier. Gentlemen, the next clip comes from our boys across the pond. It is JFTV on SDS.
Also talks of Cambiasso linked with City this January as well.
Oh no.
Quick disclaimer, me and Lucas spoke 2.5 months ago.
Thank God they didn't sign him.
He said to me, Cambiasso is the best fullback in the world.
I said that to Faisal 2.5 months
in
ago.
the world.
I said that on TikTok about a year ago.
What makes you believe that?
A year ago.
You still think that? You said it
My logic was, I know this might sound insane, right? The reason I say I wouldn't swap him for a fullback on earth is just how complete he is. Like he's ambipedal.
Hakimi, no, mi hermano.
No,
that's right foot, left foot. What's
ambipedal?
I saw Faisal look for it. I asked for Faisal, innit?
6 injuries this year, by the way.
He was waiting. He was like, yo.
Holy yeah.
You need an Arab dub right there. Come on, educating us.
Yeah, it's good for the GCSE students doing English. He's the most two-footed fullback I've seen since Philip Lahm. I'm genuinely serious. He's as good playing on the right as he's on the left. He inverts into the midfield. He's our best number 8 as well, which is insane considering he's a fullback. There was a point, November, December, I was reading the stats. Cambiasso had most interceptions, most tackles won, most big chances created in the final third. I think most.
That's not hard at Juve though. That's the issue.
He was topping Yildiz in chances created, and Yildiz is a special talent. And I think he gets into every team in the world. And I said this last year. If Pep
Every
finds
team
him,
in the
it's
world.
game over because he suits his system
saw that
perfectly.
video, yeah.
You see John Stones.
He would
a
fit at
couple
Man
seasons
City,
ago,
though.
burn into
Yeah.
midfield.
I see
Cambiaso's
that.
a million times better technically than him.
Listen, this is
Than John Stones.
This is a crazy take. It's a crazy take, but I don't think it's egregious.
You know why?
No, this is
He
egregious.
just
He's
said
backed it
Cambiaso's
up pretty
technically
well.
better than John Stones.
Bro, Cambiaso's not a top 10 fullback in the world.
No, but that's injuries, playing at Juventus, all that stuff all influences it. But like, it's crazy. I agree, it's crazy. But just based on what he has, like the tool set that Cambiaso has, it is not insane to say that he's in the top 5. Number 1 is ridiculous.
Okay, but
Top
then I
5.
could say that with Luke Shaw. Skill set wise, he's top 5. But
See, I wouldn't agree
injuries,
with that either way. So.
you see, that's stupid because
wouldn't
Luke
agree
Shaw
with
is way better than Cambiaso.
Two
It's not even
clips in
close.
already with
Based
the
on
rage
tech,
take.
based on dribbling.
No,
Cambiaso
Cambiaso
is
is
better than
literally
Luke
the
Shaw.
Welbeck in this conversation.
No,
At least here, JFTV, Luca, he didn't say this is not debatable like the other clip. So he gives his point.
No, he's always reasonable.
He's somewhat reasonable, but I disagree with the shout.
I agree. This is a pretty crazy shout, in my opinion. Cambiaso, listen, don't get me wrong, great player, but when you don't have a lot of technical quality on Juventus, Cambiaso does pick up a lot of the slack.
No, but he is very technical.
Bro, he can play.
That's what I'm saying.
As an
Okay.
8, as a fullback, a defensive fullback, as an offensive fullback. You could put him everywhere.
Calafiori was better than Cambiaso in Serie A, and he went to the Prem and just looks
no.
like a
Yeah,
backup.
Yeah, it was like
left back.
one season.
No, I
Calafiori was more of a center back.
Yeah,
Cambiaso's had one good season also.
No.
too good.
Yeah.
Well,
At
this
least-
season, I wouldn't even say. I would be unbiased and say that this season was not an amazing.
At least
6 injuries he picked up this season, by the way.
Very injury prone.
Not as
I don't know.
This is egregious.
I'm saying Loki cooked.
No.
No.
Low-key
No,
cooked is
no,
crazy.
no.
Sorry. It's not
Yeah,
even
so
close to
Paolo's not
low.
included in this voting
I am.
process.
It's an average, brother.
It's egregious.
I'll say egregious because now with the emergence of Hakimi and Nuno Mendes, like there's clear number one.
Bro, those people will come and go as they did for the last 5 years, bro.
Cambiaso came and went.
Hakimi
Yeah.
comes and goes every 2 years, bro.
No. Don't forget, this was said around where Alphonso Davies was still cooking.
Bro,
you know,
Alphonso
there was-
Davies, give me a break.
There was even DiMarco was cooking, Theo, Guardiola. Like, there's a lot of fullbacks in the world that I would say are better than him right now.
Yeah.
Vardiol for sure. That I agree because Vardiol actually has,
So
Yes, the technical
Vardiol's where you
ability.
draw the line.
bro. Vardiol has a better skill set and he's also much more physical. So and he proved it in the Prem.
I agree. I think this is egregious.
Yeah.
Not that bad. Not that bad. As
I
if
take
you-
Milos Kerkez over Cambiaso. No, not even, bro.
Milos
That's not
Kerkez
even crazy.
Doesn't even have like I'd say 75% of what Cambiaso can do.
This will take. So we got our clip for next year's worst takes. Perfect. Cambiaso back-to-back
ridiculous.
years. You made it, buddy.
I'd like to see Cambiaso at the Italian national team starting.
Bro, remember,
Maybe as our right wing back.
Yes.
Yeah,
Remember
would
with
be nice.
DiMarco, a couple games we saw them both. They were
good.
flinging crosses. It looked good.
And then I'll form my opinion on him.
So Loki cooked. We decided it's the
Egregious.
best. It's the best.
No one said Loki.
Egregious.
Congratulations, by the way, JFTV. He just he started working with Juventus. That must be a dream.
So JFTV, our boy, you are put in the egregious tier. Gentlemen, the next clip comes from the club over across the pond again. Let's see what they have to say.
Daniel Sturridge is there.
Yeah, but
I've seen this
is
one.
technically better than Wayne Rooney.
No, he's not.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
But that is beyond somewhere else. Yeah.
No,
At least someone addressed it right away.
And it's Rory out of
The
everyone.
Cambiaso one, they were letting him go along with it.
Walking out. I walk out too.
Come on.
Arsenal fan again.
Wayne Rooney, I put him third from.
Oh,
What the
Third behind who?
That
Third.
guy's clickbaiting. But what, bro?
Yeah.
Daniel Sturridge in his prime was a very good player. Like that season with Suarez and stuff he was top tier player.
Yes.
But where do we draw the line?
Listen, he got maybe like 10, 15 games in that season where
Is he-
there's
is
kind of
he
a
being
conversation.
Bro,
brother.
he
out of
scored
context.
20 something goals
Yes.
that season.
Yes, I agree. He was good, but this is Wayne Rooney we're talking
Yes,
about.
yes. You're trying to tell me about Wayne
Yes.
Rooney. I know. This is honestly, this is egregious as well. I think. No, this is probably
It's very
absolutely.
borderline.
This is absolutely horrendous.
It's like very borderline.
In his prime, in Daniel Sturridge's prime.
Brother.
He played to the half of the level of Wayne Rooney in his prime.
But Wayne Rooney's prime?
Yes.
and
Yeah,
Daniel
put
Sturridge's
the
prime?
primes against each other. Like Wayne Rooney is obviously
Undefeated,
superior.
yeah.
Yeah, superior for sure, but not
By
like,
far, I think.
Bro, Wayne Rooney was like top 5 Ballon d'Or level talent.
All I'm gonna say is that if Sturridge was having his prime season this season, he'd be on the podium in the Ballon d'Or rankings.
No.
Oh my God, you just clipped.
Mo
clip it
Salah
next
is
year.
barely even top 5 right now for you, and he's dropping one of the best prem seasons ever.
Actually, Mo Salah scored more than Sturridge's
Yes.
prime in his best season.
No,
Don't care.
It's absolutely horrendous.
This is absolutely horrendous. I agree.
I'm very happy to put it there. I don't think it's a contender though.
I'm trying to defend the
for
Arsenal
the
fans,
top.
but can't defend them on this one. Yeah, that's absolutely horrendous.
That clip was sent over by our patron, Rattlesnake. Thank you for the contribution, gentlemen. The next one comes from a creator that maybe some people have heard of, not sure though. But let's take a look.
Mbappe is leaving PSG.
Oh, I know this clip.
He's going to
Who is this guy?
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Mbappe's going to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Nobody want to
Mbappe's
believe
going
me.
to Arsenal,
They
bro?
don't want to believe me. Mbappe's
Damn.
going to PSG.
He's ahead of the
Mbappe's going to
curve.
Arsenal. They don't want to believe me, but when it comes out,
They don't want to believe it. Bro, this,
Box
it's
to box.
sad. This gave me hope.
Yeah, we also like giving small creators like a little bit of a platform, you know.
That's
So
crazy.
whoever this guy is, like,
Shout out him.
yeah, like if you want to collab, maybe we could do something together, you know.
Why you
So,
laughing, bro? Why you laughing?
but
He reviewed one of our clips. Actually.
Yeah, he
This is
actually
us.
did.
This is us getting
Reviewed.
even. He reviewed
Yeah.
our clips, and then we're like, let's give it back to the creator.
yeah,
Maybe we'll get a reaction to the reaction.
yeah.
But no, I don't know why this clip actually gave me hope at the time because I'm like, bro,
He's gotta know.
Maybe he knew something.
Speed is so big that like you never, and he's like, not that he's dumb, but that he's like, he would let that shit slip. If somebody told him don't say to anyone, but Mbappe's not going to Real.
100%.
But maybe because Speed is so big internationally, maybe Mbappe told him himself.
Or yeah, he was in the
Never
room
know.
and saw a call
Yeah.
coming, like I don't know.
And as a Manchester United fan, saying that he's going to Arsenal, like, it doesn't come out of nowhere, you know.
But honestly,
That snowballed into a lot of rumors.
yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna say this is actually not even that bad because it wasn't a take.
It's a transfer rumor.
Maybe he got some inside information.
But
that,
it was rumored before the Real Madrid. Once Real Madrid got involved, it was
No,
over.
no.
But Mbappe, it was there.
It was never happening.
It was, bro. You
It
didn't.
was Arsenal.
If you look up Mbappe Arsenal kit, you will find a dozen rumored photos.
Yes.
Well, that's 'cause
but
of,
that's Arsenal
Thierry Henry.
edits.
No.
But that's because of Thierry Henry. He's a
Yeah.
big fan.
Yeah,
But-
but man.
I think
This
the
guy was
step
going
up
Real
would have been to Real Madrid, obviously. Like, I don't think he was eyeing the Prem.
It was always Real Madrid.
I agree.
Real Madrid was
He
endgame.
ducked the smoke.
I agree.
It's
It's not that bad.
egregious or not that
It's not
bad?
that bad.
Not that
he
bad.
didn't
Not that
cook. He didn't low key cook, but it's not that bad.
It was like very freezing cold.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
it's room temperature.
So Speed's clip will go in the not that bad tier. Unfortunately, he was not moving like Fabrizio Romano there. But the next clip comes from our patron Piotr Glazer. Boom, 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 boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
Let's see it.
Onslaught will be sacked this season.
I saw this.
position in the league will Liverpool be when he gets sacked?
I see him finishing in the first 3 to 4 months as a top 10 team. I don't believe the hype in about him.
I mean,
and
they
I
are
don't think
top
Liverpool
10.
will give him, the patience. I think Liverpool will see
Not
Xabi
wrong.
Alonso because they still got their eyes on Xabi. I know Xabi Alonso stayed.
But Xabi Alonso's going to Real Madrid.
Xabi Alonso
Leah's
stays for
cooked.
another
Leah's
year.
cooked.
From tomorrow or from the beginning of the season, they are trying their absolute best to get Xabi Alonso. I think they will even speak behind Arne Slot's back because they want Xabi Alonso. I think Arne Slot, he's just there for the sake of being there.
Just
Yeah,
that
that's
is tough.
But buzzer
That
beater.
hurts.
He's just there. He's just there.
A
for
little
the time
fadeaway.
being.
That's a Drewski fadeaway right
But
now.
listen, Varver also said this.
Yes.
And I think
I said it.
wait for our Prem predictions next year, but I don't think it's that crazy of a take next year again.
Listen, I think Arne
Bro, he
Slot.
just dominated your league.
Yeah, Arne Slot was the first choice for Liverpool. Like, it's not like they were going for someone else. They knew what they were getting.
Oh,
It was calculated. Yeah.
Bro, that doesn't. Jurgen Klopp doesn't give you an introduction like that unless he thinks you're good.
Trent left. He will be gone next year. But for this year, this is still I don't know if it's absolutely horrendous or egregious. Because, bro, that CL really
Brother,
was.
It's absolutely horrendous.
No, I really wouldn't say it's absolutely. Bro, embarrassed in CL.
Embarrassed?
Okay.
He got embarrassed.
Bro,
yes.
he went out to
PSG.
probably a team that's gonna go to the
but they
finals
got played
at
off
this
the
point.
park. Aston Villa played better against PSG than Liverpool.
But I thought we said losing to PSG is not that bad.
It's not that bad, but it's still Liverpool.
agendas.
Liverpool, you should be not getting absolutely rinsed.
Yeah, I understand. But they still finished first in the Champions League and they
That's
ran
no
away
different.
with the Prem.
That's because
So-
Prem teams just can't compete in the
And also,
Champions
Salah didn't show up against PSG, which is tough.
But is that on a slot
No, it's not.
entirely his fault?
I wouldn't say so.
Well,
So.
He even won a game
bro, he
against
comfortably
PSG.
won the Premier League. Like in his first season, comfortably
Yes,
won the Premier League.
but-
And Jurgen Klopp had the same team and didn't
I'm
do
telling you, next year, conversations will be had. I'm putting this in egregious, whatever you guys want. You could put it in absolutely horrendous. I'm not against it. I'm just
This
saying.
is not as. This is worse than the JFTV Cambiaso one. I'm saying absolutely horrendous.
I think personally, I would put it egregious just because it's a prediction, and predictions could go like it's a hit or miss.
Egregious, but
know?
above JFTV. It's more
Yes,
egregious.
Yes.
Than
I don't know, bro. Saying Cambiaso's the best fullback in the world is fucking bad, bro.
That's just because he's a Juve fan. Cambiaso, come on.
Yeah, but you see,
this is like you're preying on.
You said Cambiaso's the best fullback in the world.
Yeah, but that's
if you want
propping.
City have bias,
No.
you'd be calling this insanity.
This is a prediction, so like it obviously was a big miss, but the Cambiaso one, it's not even a prediction. He's just saying it.
Yeah,
like,
but this is a prediction of a brother's downfall. This is like you're expecting him to absolutely flop at his job.
This is, I will
and he
say
did
egregious,
not.
but it's not that far from JFTV. It's not that far.
I'm putting it above JFTV.
brother, host, you decide.
Sure, fine, but that's still bro. Cambiaso, best fullback in the world. That's insanity.
So Faceout's clip will be put in the egregious tier. The next one up is also from one of our patrons, Dede. This one comes from Pitchside.
A lot of egregious takes at Pitchside.
For one individual season,
they have a good channel, though.
Up there with the best seasons that there have ever been. I certainly think
right.
Arsenal 22-23.
In terms of what the expectation was at the start of the season, if we go and do it by getting like 95 points, it puts you in the top 3 or 4 point scoring teams in Premier League history anyway. And to do it with the youngest team in the league, it's got to rank up. I certainly think it ranks higher than the Leicester City season.
What?
No,
that's crazy.
Arsenal fans need to be studied.
You are joking.
No, I think it does. If you look at that season, right? If you look at that season,
no, that's
honestly himself.
Arsenal going to win the
He's
league.
smiling.
He knows what he's doing.
Achievement, then Leicester winning it.
Rory. It was all going so great.
No,
It was saying
not a bigger
so well
achievement.
into that.
Not a bigger achievement, but a better season. If you look at that season,
Oh, brother, please.
That's a fair point.
It's not.
He tried to justify, saying, no, I didn't mean bigger achievement. I just mean better season.
That's fair.
Bro,
Leicester
the
were like
Leicester team was predicted to get
Plus
relegated,
6,000 or whatever.
and they won the Prem.
But that's based on expectations.
But that's a better season.
It's not as dominant of a season as 95
Brother,
points.
they
So
were insane that day.
Invincibles didn't have
They didn't lose.
amazing season. They don't have a top 10 season in
didn't have
Prem
a loss.
history. But they don't have a top 10. But the points, you're looking at only
No,
points.
they don't have a top 10. The Invincible season was the best Prem season of all time.
Oh, okay.
We
so
have
now
a
we're
full
flipping
video.
agendas.
We have a full video.
I can clip literally 10 seconds ago of you disagreeing with this exact statement.
I didn't. They didn't lose. That's never been done.
Lord.
Listen.
Might be a greater achievement.
Juventus Conte did it, but
Leicester's achievement is above and beyond.
Unprecedented.
Yeah.
I don't think it will ever happen again. Something like that. A team predicted to be relegated.
This is a contender.
Yeah, this is very good.
Yeah, no, this
I mean,
is
a very bad take.
absolutely egregious.
I don't think it's that bad, bro.
This is absolutely horrendous.
If Arsenal went on to win with the Prem with 95 points,
They didn't.
Okay. Oh, really? No fucking shit, bro.
If Arne Slot would have gone and lost
Yes.
10 games in a row.
Then this clip wouldn't be bad. Then that clip wouldn't be bad. But at the time that guy, like Firm said, a prediction is different. He was saying it under the assumption that Arsenal was getting a 95-point season.
Even if with 95 points, it's still not close to
The
Leicester
difference
City.
between this prediction is that, first of all, obviously it didn't happen, but the fact that we've seen Leicester, like there's how do you say that? Like there's something that happened already, and he's saying that it will be better than that one, when it clearly
You know how much you need? You know how much you need to beat a Leicester Premier League winning season? You know, a lot more than just a couple.
Bro, that was like the best sport. That might be the best sports story ever. Leicester winning.
It's up there.
Yes.
It's up there. I would try to find other ones, but
I don't think there's even a competition, bro.
Let us know in the comments.
Depends. Let us know in the comments.
Team achievement. I don't know, bro. Mourinho has some records that are just.
Yeah, but this is like a
ridiculous.
Look, this is absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, absolutely horrendous.
Arsenal fans trying to make themselves seem like the main characters once again.
Is this above the Welbeck?
We're gonna decide at the end.
Yeah, at the end. At the end, we'll come up with the rank.
So we'll put it in there.
It's definitely this is horrendous.
So Pitchside, you will be joining the Football Terrace and the club in absolutely horrendous tier. The next one is Rory Jennings. Let's see what he has to say.
Erling Haaland will not live up to the
On
expectation.
Sky Sports.
I am so bored.
Why
Because he isn't the player that everybody thinks he is. People are saying that he's going to win the Golden Boot. That is outrageous. It's so disrespectful to the establishment.
Why is that outrageous?
It's so disrespectful to the establishment.
Being the City striker.
The Mo Salah, the Mo Salahs of the world, the Harry Kanes of the world, the Heung-min Sons of the world. Give them the respect to turn up in a new league and win the Golden Boot. That would be a ridiculous achievement, and he isn't going to do it. If he scores 15, it would be a really good season for him.
Oh no.
I'm full of regret and remorse. I underestimated you. I was wrong. My knowledge.
At least he apologized.
Rory Jennings, that's
By Timo Werner.
crazy.
From the Bundesliga with a very impressive record. But Erling, I apologise. You are correct. I am wrong, and I will never live this down. You are elite.
That's great.
And I'm sorry.
I'm glad he spun it back.
He aged a couple years after that season.
Yeah,
Look
I'm
at
glad
the
he spun
eye
it back, but that originally that is a contender for the worst take ever, because giving the Premier League that, like, you can't just pull up and dominate quality, like,
And then he goes and breaks the record.
and then he goes and breaks the record.
Yeah.
And including guys like Heung-min Son in that list, with Haaland looking back retrospective.
I said Nunez was going to be better.
I remember
also.
that. I was just about to say,
that
there
one
was a
is
lot.
very bad.
There was a lot of people that had this similar discourse
Said
at the
Darwin
time.
Nunez was going to be a better
Was gonna have a better season.
Coming from Benfica.
Yeah. That was a bad one.
I'm telling you this.
I'll apologize also.
He wasn't the only one saying this, which is crazy, but very, very bad take. It aged like horribly.
Curdled milk, that's what it aged like.
Yeah, this is absolutely horrendous.
But he apologized for it.
He did. So are we gonna dock him?
No, this is still absolutely horrendous.
Boys, it's starting to get crowded in the absolutely horrendous tier, so we're gonna have to make a choice at the end of the video to see which one we're gonna crown as the worst take. But the next one comes from AA9 Skills. He had some choice words about the Mbappe and Vinny duo.
I know some Real Madrid fans said some crazy things here.
Have to get ready. The world has to get ready. Man City needs to get ready.
Oh boy.
Bayern needs to get ready, because Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe on the same team. There is no defense.
The music makes it a lot funnier.
I don't
We
care
ready.
if you got Rodri and Ruben Diaz. You cannot clamp the speed of Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe on the counterattack. No team in the world can. It's impossible. Especially when Jude Bellingham and Modric are whipping passes to them on the wings.
Arsenal disagree. Arteta laughed at this statement.
Yeah.
Look, it's not at the level of Erling Haaland will embarrass himself in the Premier League.
But he didn't.
I think it's not that bad.
He didn't.
I agree.
don't think it's that bad either.
I think it's like speed.
No.
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not that
Not
bad.
that bad. Not that bad.
Like, I think it's in the speed tier.
I think
It is. It's actually pretty bad looking back.
No, I would say Loki cooked because Mbappe still had an amazing season. Just Real Madrid overall didn't have a good season. But I think he's saying more about Mbappe joining Real Madrid.
I think it's more the idea that Mbappe joining was like that final infinity stone.
Yeah.
And he's
That's what
saying,
it felt like.
And he's saying like the world is not ready for this domination.
But bro, Mbappe has 37 goals or 36 goals.
it's
But look
great.
at the results.
Yes.
They're not top in their league. They've got knocked out of.
But I think that's a defensive issue. It's not an attacking issue. Like Vinny this season is not his best season.
They scored one goal off of a mistake versus Arsenal over two legs. They failed to score a regular build-up goal.
It's not low-key cooked, but I would say it's not that bad.
It's not that bad because I think everyone came in with that sentiment like Real Madrid can't keep getting away with this.
And Barcelona are dropping a generational season in La Liga, and they're only 4 points behind at this point. So
yeah, not that bad.
Thank you, Kevin, on Patreon for the AA9 Skills clip. These brothers were cooking with some of the worst take submissions. Boys, the next clip is from the Filthy Fellas. Special guest Micah Richards on this one.
Gerard did 20 Premier Leagues, 1-0. Jordan Henderson, as soon as he got the opportunity, I'll grab that.
Are you being serious right now?
Greatest captain in Liverpool history.
That's facts.
No, that's not facts.
I said he was world class before anyone dared to.
Not me, but go on.
But do not say he's better than Gerrard.
Too late, bro. Too late.
Henderson better than Gerrard?
I would choose him over Gerrard not because he's better technically. He's definitely not better technically. I think he's a better captain, and I think you can build a better midfield around him.
Better captain.
Better midfield around
A better midfielder around Henderson.
Brother busted in Al Ali.
Henderson's better than Gerrard at leadership.
Ajax legend though.
In the chat.
My issue,
That magic, Henderson's got it.
My issue with this clip is that Gerrard should not be compared to Henderson. He should be compared to Mo Salah. That's the Liverpool legend status that we're comparing here.
Yeah.
It's not Jordan Henderson. He passed Jordan Henderson probably when he won his first CL.
That's also an egregious take. He should not be compared to Mo Salah.
Yes,
Mo Salah,
he should.
No, because Mo
Ask
Salah.
Liverpool fans. They will say that Loki. I think more people think Gerrard's the biggest legend for Liverpool.
Okay, you're talking about Liverpool legend.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just because of the sport, Mo Salah clears Gerrard.
Yeah, different positions though. But Gerrard was in that class of that England golden generation, brother. Like to say Henderson in this conversation, brother.
What has Gerrard won? To be fair,
Champions League, multiple Champions League.
Premier League?
No Premier League.
It's true because the slip.
Yeah, he honestly Liverpool's, but that's not his fault. It's like a Bruno Fernandes Man United situation. It's not his fault,
brother. Near the end of Gerrard's career, brother, you got Fabio Barini, Balotelli there.
Yes,
like this wasn't a good looking team, brother.
Yeah,
not a good looking Skirtle.
Yeah.
Martin Skirtle starting in that team, my goodness.
What's egregious about this take is that he even admits he's not better technically, Henderson to Gerrard. And then he says he's only better because of his leadership, which to me makes no sense because why would you want someone with more leadership and less technical
But then why
ability?
would you say you want to build a midfield around
him?
Around Henderson over...
Yeah. Who has less technical ability.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Argument kind of.
This is absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, this is up there.
Gerrard did not put his blood, sweat, and tears into that Liverpool organization for over a decade just to be compared to Jordan Henderson.
Yes.
Boys, I agree. I think this is an absolutely horrendous shout. Welcome to the tier.
What's the next clip, Millie?
Boys, the next clip comes from our patron, Guisson, and it is an AFTV howler.
Shout out Guisson.
At the pub, I was asking
there are a lot of
all of
AFTV
my guys a question.
howlers.
I asked it to James. I asked it to Lee Judges. Troops was there as well. I asked it to Troops. I said, would you swap Gabriel Martinelli plus money to get the signing of Kylian Mbappe? And you know what? They all said no.
What's the money though?
They all said no. That is how high
$1 billion?
The fans hold Gabriel Martinelli in, that they all said no. They would rather keep Martinelli.
Wow, that's
I mean,
really, really bad.
Yeah, that's egregious.
But
That's
he
a
didn't
contender.
say straight swap. He said plus money, so he didn't clarify that. I agree. It's not even. It's a terrible opinion.
I think deep down he was trying to insinuate that Martinelli is better than Mbappe.
But he saved himself.
I think he was the tone that he was saying it was
like let me refrain.
If he didn't say money, I would say absolutely horrendous. This is up there for worse. I'm gonna actually say because he said plus money, we don't know what money is. You have to say egregious.
Yeah,
no,
brother,
man.
money. It's yes. It shouldn't matter.
Yes.
The amount.
Bro, 200 mil?
200 mil and Martinelli?
Would you swap Anthony plus 300 mil for Mbappe? Yes.
Like I'm not gonna. I mean,
it's hard to say.
Because who gives a f about Anthony at that
Yes,
point?
at that point, it doesn't. It's not even part of the
Anthony's just
equation.
a charity throw-in.
They tell you 300, but no Anthony. That's what they would tell you. But at that point, I've seen it on FM too. You try to throw in a couple side pieces there. They say, no, we don't want him. We don't want him. Yeah, that's that type of situation. I think this is.
To me, this is a contender.
No, I
I'm
think
saying
it's
egregious.
I'm saying egregious.
Bro, this was said. This was.
When Martinelli scored 20 goals, I think.
This was said when he was.
Look, 2024.
Yeah, but that's probably when it was posted. But I'm telling you, this was probably said when Martinelli did his first good season at Arsenal where he scored like 15, 20 league goals. I don't know if he scored 20,
Mbappe
but
was still
15.
scoring 40 at PSG.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Martinelli looked like he could be one of, and we saw through the cap from the start.
Yeah, we did.
So we saw it through it.
But I think this is worse than saying Arne Slot's going to get sacked.
No, I think it's around that level. I think it's around that.
Worse than Cambiaso?
I think it's around that.
It's
Bro,
obviously worse.
This guy said Cambiaso is the best fullback in the world, bro. That's f***ing bad.
Worse than Cambiaso.
He said he wouldn't swap Martinelli for Kylian
Yes, but
Mbappe.
With money.
Context.
I don't
you gotta
care.
context, bro.
I don't care.
about context.
Don't care plus ratio. Get rage baited.
So, boys, that absolutely horrendous tier is looking full, but I have a feeling we're going to need to make room for just one more. Boys, the final clip is obviously a box-to-box clip. Let's take a look.
Overrated, underrated, perfectly rated. Conte, Ten Hag, Klopp.
Oh no.
Starting
I'm
with
gonna look back on this one.
I don't even know, man.
Firms, I thought you hated him. Everyone should know.
We do know.
Underrated. It's very underrated.
No.
Extremely underrated, actually.
Perfectly rated.
Oracle, by the way.
That's
Oracle.
blasphemy.
I agree.
That's a
it's
rough
blasphemy.
one.
He's overrated.
Okay, that's crazy. That's not crazy.
Crazy? Firms throwing that in?
Is the long-term vision. That's why he's perfectly
Long-term
Ten Hag made us
vision.
good right
They gave him the
now.
keys.
I see him as one of the top aspiring
That's
managers.
honestly still a bad
but
take.
right now, let's pipe down a bit. He's on fraud watch.
He's gonna win us multiple Champions Leagues,
Puta, Bernat.
multiple Premier Leagues. It just begun, man.
The
Calm down.
new era.
I salvaged a bit of
No
pride at the
face,
end
bro.
there.
Multiple Champions Leagues, bro. What were you on that day?
I went from minus 100 to like minus 95. I saved a bit of myself there at the end, but yeah, no, that's honestly that's absolutely horrendous.
Low key, it's like
It's egregious.
it's egregious. Like
You're telling me that's
Why?
not okay? I don't mind. You're saving me the embarrassment,
multiple Champions Leagues, multiple Premier Leagues.
See, it's the ending that kind of tipped it to
Yeah.
absolutely horrendous. But at first, like, I don't know, the sentiment was good around Ten Hag. He won 2
His
trophies.
first year was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Finished third, and didn't do much other than that.
Yeah, exactly. And,
but that was a good year. Honestly, I remember that. I was actually happy with that season.
It's just the second year, it was ugly to watch.
Second and third. Didn't even make it out. Didn't even make it out the third.
I'm sad that I even said that this guy was one of the aspiring managers in the world.
Would you take him at Juve?
No. Would you take him at Man U again?
I don't know, bro. It's like asking a homeless guy, do you want like a dollar?
But yeah, I could see this as absolutely horrendous.
Yeah.
But I think there was a lot of flack. Like, it's one of those things that the media attention was just so big on Manchester United when Ten Hag was there too. So,
but you know what?
I don't know.
The
to be
management
fair,
is just rotten.
It's not on the level of like the Welbecks. The Welbecks. And
because those are more retrospective. Like you've seen the career of both.
Yeah,
and you still made that decision.
Yeah.
This is like blind optimism.
And we'll give you the benefit of the doubt that it was a prediction.
I'll put it at the bottom of absolutely horrendous right now.
Okay.
We'll put it in there.
I'll take that though.
So now it is time to crown the absolute worst take in this tier list. We have some contenders in that absolutely horrendous tier, but only one could be crowned, boys. What do you think?
I'm thinking like two, just maybe because they're similar, but the Welbeck one and the Sturridge one.
Brother, I'm thinking that Arsenal one is egregious compared to Leicester.
Yeah,
that one is
prediction.
bad.
That was also a prediction.
I'm going with Sturridge, Wayne Rooney. That's bad, bro.
I find the Welbeck one.
I think Welbeck Salah is worse.
Yeah. Especially given the season that Salah had.
Because Sturridge was, at some point, Sturridge was good.
Yeah, that's true.
Welbeck,
there's no reason to go.
There's no reason to say what he said.
Why you double down on him, bro? Come on, man.
And Salah, one of the most consistent Premier League players ever.
Just enjoy both.
Top 3 Prem player ever.
What Salah
for sure.
have done to you for you to say something like that?
Dunk on Arsenal.
And there's a misconception that Salah's not techie when he really is, but that's okay.
That is definitely the worst. So we have our champion as the worst take in this tier list.
Lift that,
I guess.
That's for honestly only trophy Arsenal's lifting this season.
A lot of Arsenal fans in this.
Why you say me for?
In this video.
The football terrace. It's pronounced terrace where we're from.
Yeah.
And there we have it. We have our champion. And as always, we want to thank our patrons who are shown right here for all the support you guys give us. And you guys helped us in this video as well. So we truly appreciate the support.
If you guys want to help contribute to future videos, make sure to check out the Patreon link is down below. And as always, thank you. Thank you to you guys, the viewers, and we'll see you guys next week.
We also are closing in on 600 patrons.
Really?
So we might have actually hit it by the time this is posted. But also, once again, shout out to all of you guys. You guys are the ghosts. 600 of you.
Yep. Thank you.